So I've just seen, I think it's your girlfriend in chat saying she hopes King of Dead loses.
Yeah, she's an angry burger today.
King used to, like, if I was hosting the game, he would randomly pop in. So if I'm like hosting a King of the Hill or something, I get the lobby up early and I would come back and there'd be a message left in there, just King had popped in and just said like Kappa and disappeared again.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, everybody loves and hates King of the Dead. Pretty much at the same level. He's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, he likes to troll.
Exactly, like it's nice to banter with him and all, and also like if you actually sometimes want to discuss like serious shit with him, he's there. Like he knows when to stop trolling.
Yeah, of course. If they drop out and come back in, they should see the map, I think. Because if you're typing when you change the map, it won't change on their screen.
Wait. There you go. It should be good now. When you reload it, you often it works.
Zardar, how much will that cost? Is the true question here.
Someone's still digging out lithium. And I feel the sea as I keep riding in these subway trains. Megalopolize, stretch these.
Speaking of Zardar, do you know if he does any tournaments himself? I know he runs a YouTube channel.
Well, I think he's playing Apex these days.
Okay. I didn't know, like I got hooked on his videos a little while back. But I think he's still into all of them.
Okay, and now I don't even actually need a screen blocker because I'm hosting the lobby, so I can't see the armies. I'm not tempted to talk about them. I'm just completely blind.
It's a fun matchup, this one. I mean, you have a ridiculous amount of firepower that can be brought by the Dark Elves and all their crossbows. So I'm expecting Ice Power to go very heavy on Dark Shards here.
Yeah, it seems to be a meta. Dark Shards and bolt throwers. Zarda, I mean, since he saw this picture, Wicked wants to go to Belgium, get adopted by King of the Dead, and call him Daddy. So I think he kind of liked what he saw.
Yeah, he's in a bit of denial.
Exactly. But yeah, the
finals is best of 5, yeah.
Yeah, this is a best of 5. Yeah, usually you see like 3 bolt throwers, 2 or 3 bolt throwers, dark shards, and like a front line of like Blake swords, a few, maybe like you can bring like a unit or 2 of shades if you need to, and like dark riders to be a menace, maybe harpies if you can.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I've seen Ice Power pull this off, I believe, he was on someone else's YouTube channel against a very good player, and he's been working on his Dark Elf gameplay, and I think it is his best faction.
Oh yeah, it is his main, and he's really good with them. As Tomb Kings, it's not an easy matchup, but you definitely have the tools to like fight back against that.
Chat is
Whoa,
being very...
King of the Dead, stream sniping as always, being in Twitch chat.
3 out of 10 is not the worst score. I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah. I mean, King of the Dead is actually a wrestler, so you know.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. But like not the wrestling kind where you actually like, you know, try to beat your opponent. The wrestling kind where you just
like the stunt.
Yeah, the WWE like.
Yeah, like yeah. Oh, I think they're ready to go.
Okay, I need to click ready to then. Oh, there you go. Fake Belgian, real Belgian don't exist. Okay, there is people from like there is Dutch and there is French and there is nothing in between. Yeah, he likes being with oily men and wrestling against them. He might be in denial about a few things. I agree, Torvald.
Who's your money on in this finals?
Wait, what? Robert.
Who's your money on, King or Ice Power?
Okay. The pick of my heart is Ice Power.
Mm-hmm.
But my brain might pick King of the Dead. I think, even though Ice Power is... Right, thank you. He is a good player for the amount of time he's played. I think he became really good really quickly. But I think he still have some way to go before he is on the level of a King of the Dead. On a best of 5. If it was a best of 3, I'd say that picking his best factions, he could get a 2-0 or a 2-1. But on 5, I'm not sure he has enough faction he masters to be able to take 3 wins out of King.
Yeah, that's the thing when you get to the finals in these tournaments. Best of 5s really does stretch kind of your game knowledge and the amount of factions you can play.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through the Arch Nemesis or the?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my Arch Nemesis. Let's see what he has. So we can see lots of Vanguard for the Dark Elves. Front line of zombie permabs with bombers behind. They will do great against Dark Elf infantry. 2 mortars, great against Dark Shards. Deck gunners, interesting. Like the Shedrace gunners, to be more precise. They can track big targets. 2 sirens for cheap terror, and they will do good against armored targets. A second unit of deck gunners, not the R-War, this one. Noctilus, and 2 units of doggos. So a bit of doggo play, but since he's not going against the Dark Shard heavy build, that build might be okay actually.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid, and I don't want to say this live on stream, I may have just fallen in love with Ice Power, as I think he's gone for a full Rohan build here.
Oh, that's a dedicated. That's for me. Oh my.
There's 4 Cold One Knights in replace for a front line. It has Harpies as well, they're going to be pressuring from the front. In the rear, there's Doomfire Warlocks mixed in with Dark Riders with shields. Looks like he has 3 on one flank, and hidden deep in the forest here, we have another couple of Dark Riders and Slash's Harvesters. And for his Lord, it looks like it is going to be the horrific lady herself, Marathi, on top of her mighty steed here. Of course, she is going to bring in the usual suspects of Soul Stealer, Melkov's Mystifying Miasma, and she has her sword, Heartrender, and wand, and all that good stuff. So, a bad to the bones army, which would make Theoden proud. And full cav builds.
Yeah. And as I often say on my stream, with varying degrees of success, society has evolved past the need of infantry. Infantry was something of the Dark Ages, but now cav and monsters and skirmish are all you need.
The way forward, yeah. I mean, the mortars have like no good targets now, realistically.
Yeah, but the deck gunners do, though.
Now, the worry here as well, there's not much magic damage apart from the Soul Stealer coming from Marathi, so if he spreads out these Sirens, they have okay armor piercing. So they will eventually drag down kind of
I mean, he has Dumbfire Warlocks and the Slanish's Harvesters.
I take that back completely. You're right. Yeah, Doomfire Warlocks, and they've managed to hop on top of the Shade Wraith Gunners, and they will
we
delete
killed them so quickly.
That's a good shout. I mean, the bombers are also not going to be super useful here. It looks like a fat Soul Blight has been popped, but there's not any follow-up just yet.
Yeah, it's why is Soul Blight there? For what has the armor?
It's now he's got troops in there, but it's a bit delayed. I suppose it does also mute the base weapon damage a bit, but
Yeah, but like it's zombies, they don't have much of it anyway. Interesting.
that's true. In the back lines, Doomfire Warlocks were doing initial great damage, but they've kind of been mucked up by pole arms as well now.
Yeah,
And
they need
there's
to
a-
retreat.
There's
But
a
there is a
3
nice
unit
Soul Stealer there in the middle.
castle. Yeah. Getting a
And
load of
these
good-
sirens are taking quite a lot of damage. And there is still 2 units of Dumbfire Warlocks that can do the job. So finish. And a second Soul Stealer. There was one from the Doomfire Warlocks and one from Morathi, I assume.
Yeah, this is looking like it may become a bit run over for King of the Dead once again. Might get the second running over of the tournament. As his deckhand mobs, basically they're going to do no damage. The bombers are likewise muted by this build as well. Now there's a few units dotted around the periphery. For ice powers, he needs to get them cycling a bit faster, but apart from that, he's doing this pretty flawlessly so far.
Yeah, and like you have the Harpies. Harpies will do okay against the polearms. That will be the most issue. You need absolutely to like kill the doggos though, because the doggos is the one unit that can actually threaten your mobility and go after your fleeing unit if you have any. So you need to let them go.
Yeah, I agree. A lovely wand comes down on the sirens as well, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make the best connection, unfortunately. And Morathi is dangerously low on the ground of Count Noculus hunting her down. And perhaps, there's a ton of Cav which needs to get back in this engagement.
Yeah, the advantage I'd say is Morathi. Yeah, she will take some hit from Nautilus, but she used at this point I think only one Soul Stealer. She can get at least 3 more before the end.
Yeah, so if she just saves up her Winds of Magic and simply use it on Soul Stealers, that could be really good. There's a summon coming down as well, really trying to finish her off. But at the same time, the rest of this Pirates build is simply getting flattened by the Ferocious Cold One Knights, and some of them are chevroned up as well at this point.
I think like what I would do in this position on the left flank, where the summon zombie gunnery mob just appear, you leave that side, you stay engaged on the left side as much as you can, and you just let that west side die, like fight on their own. You retreat from there and you lead the poor zombies with 23 speed, like trying to waddle their way in that direction. Like you don't need to engage with all your army. You just need one unit to be fighting at any time.
Yeah, exactly. Some of the sirens are still going relatively strong.
Yeah, there were 3 of them actually. I thought it was only 2, but it's actually 3. So
Yeah, so Snatchers Halves are currently fighting one, but they're also pinned in by polearms. They probably want to escape that engagement for now. And I 100% agree. Use the Dark Elf mobility and just hammer down the other flank and let the zombies just kind of slowly waddle after you.
yeah, and when the zombies like are going in a direction, charge them in the back. Like even polearms, yeah, they are armor piercing, but they like if you charge them when they're unbraced, they will take so much damage. They have no army.
A big Soul Stealer's just come down and it's caught some of the sirens as well. And it's probably going to completely crumble this flank for the pirates, unfortunately, for King here. But it's got a bit of a pocket of strength as well, kind of rallying to Count Noculus.
Yeah, and the Slanish's Harvester actually got stopped there. Also, the Doombirds we're seeing, some of them might come from the normal Doomfire Warlocks, and they are lesser Doombirds, so that might be why they do less damage.
Yeah. There's a full health, or nearly full health, of Cold War Knights as well, just kind of chilling out on the flank now, probably looking for the perfect target to cycle charge. Maybe the Pirates might actually be able to grind this one out. It was looking really rough for them for a second there, but...
Yeah, the issue with this kind of build is like they are incredibly potent as long as your micro allows you to, and your like ability to focus allows you to keep picking the best engagement 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes into the battle, Like usually at the beginning of the battle, you do great. You pick your engagement nicely because the enemy is in a nice position, yours too. But the more the battle advances, the more it's hard to keep your cool.
And obviously, there's like a shock value, isn't it, to your opponent as well? If all of a sudden all this cavs charging at them and they haven't prepared. But at this point, obviously, the king is well aware. Lovely wands coming down though on Count Noctilus, doing some huge damage. So I'm assuming that was.
And that even did damage to the sirens, even though one of them is taking an invocation of Nehek at this point.
Another Soul Sealer combined with Soul Blight going down as well, so it looks like he might be going in for that Alpha Strike to try and finish off this Pirates build.
And Noctilus actually took a huge charge there. He took like 600 damage in a few seconds. Morathi is no slouch in combat. Like.
Yeah, she's a surprisingly good duelist, especially with her debuffs that come in. She can certainly go toe-to-toe.
Like, Noctilus has 27 melee attack right now, or with the anti-large you will have a bit more, but like, she can still heal. And damage done to Noctilus is great, because first off it brings him closer to his healing cap, but also, if he uses any magic to heal himself at this point of the battle, he doesn't have anything to protect against, like to heal the rest of his army. And this army is crumbling. Morathi took a lot of damage, but she will be back. She can at least do a last Soul Stealer, probably. What she wants is not engage too soon.
Yeah, like the one problem that could face him, because if Morathi had gone there, the Sirens, even if there's only a pitiful amount of models left, do cause terror.
Exactly.
So they might be able to break the Dark Elves, but yeah, I agree. Keep Morathi up in the sky.
I'm not sure if she wanted to dive down there. She has no support at all at this point. You need like your Cold One Knights to come back to help you. Yeah, once they arrive and they do their charge animation, there you go. Like that, now you can go back with Morathi, and that will be okay. But there is nothing less beside Noctilus, and Noctilus is a monster. He may have a summon still in the back pocket, but I don't think he can, by himself, carry all of that.
Some Dark Riders and Harpies are coming back to the field as well to help out, and yeah, the name of the game here is going to be kill all the pirates and leave Noctilus to the end. But another Soul Sealer coming down. I think certainly got to seal the deal here for Ice Power in this best of 5 final.
Yeah, because even Noctilus is he's slowly going back to his healing cap. He doesn't have much more health than Morathi at this point, and I think Ice Power should actually stop hitting Noctilus and finish the Deccan mobs that are around him. Like,
I 100% agree. Just finish off those units and then surround Noctilus and cycle charge him to death.
Exactly. They don't have much health left, but there are still 32 or something like that zombies that actually still hit when they... There you go, nice charge on them. Bring them closer to... And then, yeah, keep, with Morathi alone, keep cycle charging him to oblivion. That was such a good build. I loved it. And this unit is disintegrating. Noctilus is down too.
Looks like army losses maybe setting in soon. I'm 100% feeling this Ice Power build. I love all Count builds, and this was a really solid one. Especially when, it's not expected. Count Noctilus is crumbling here, and yeah, GG's.
Perfection. I'm so happy to have seen that. The game, honestly, the game in that tournament, lots of them were so good. Lots of back and forth. Even that game, like, it was hard to call until the last seconds. Property, no. Cancel.
Ice baby, indeed.
Oh yeah.
The underdog strikes.
Oh, what's happening? Wait, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, that build was amazing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that build. It's pretty cool.
Like, and the fact that like the Sirens were really smart pick. honestly, against the usual. Like, you might have, like, the fact that there was 2 Doomfire Warlocks actually sealed the deal. Like, if it was just the Astonishing Harvesters, you can grind 1 down, and that's actually what happened. But the fact that there was 2 made the Sirens and Deck Gunners in such a bad position.
Yeah, you got a real nice alpha strike as well.
Yeah.
Strike. And I think I did actually enjoy King's build. I think it was a pretty good hard counter to what Ice Powers normally brings. So he may have been aware that he loves the Dark Shards, and I mean it's a pretty competitive build all round. So I like.
Yeah,
You know,
and that's also the thing, when you know the opponent, you like there is back and forth between like, okay, so he usually brings these, but and must be ready for him to mind game me, and you try to mind game him like that. That's why it's nice when opponents know each other.
Yeah, it can make some really fun and interesting games. I remember when Lotus Moon came on the scene and he kind of did this big like skirmish game mode, and then all of a sudden in big tournaments he started completely flipping the script on people and going for like Death Stars and stuff, and it really confused opponents and allowed him to like beat a ton of people. So
Exactly, yeah.
ooh, King of the Dead going counts. What is this?
Okay, interesting. Yes, maybe he wants to keep his best factions for like the closing games. You know, he doesn't want to like. He's good with. He wants Tomb Kings to be like the deciding factor.
This is interesting. I thought for some reason King of the Dead hated vampire counts.
Yeah, he doesn't play them much. That's for sure. But he's shifting his gameplay quite a lot these days. So
Yeah, I've been enjoying his as man play as well. So we have an undead off, which will be interesting.
also, okay. So now Desert Dishonor is ended for a bit. What are your plans for the near future?
Oh, my plans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like yeah. So I continue doing the YouTube, of course, and plans of that we're going to be starting up Death Before Dishonor season 5, I believe it is, pretty damn soon.
Oh, okay, yeah. The break between the season was short indeed, because last one ended what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it ended last week, so I take this week off as a break, and then so I'm going away in a couple of weeks. So I'm not sure if to do it after then, but I think I'm going to get the ball rolling a bit earlier than that. And the last one we had was like crazy successful. It's the biggest tournament I've ever hosted, and it was like crazy final. We had King of Dead, Anticity, Tank, and Soothsayer, which is like an insane lineup. So
that's insane level right there.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. So it was really good fun. So I'm going to be doing more tournaments, and I even started doing an audiobook as well for an elephant art, and kind of trying that type of stuff out. So yeah, just continue what I'm doing. Channel's growing quite nicely. We're up to I think 700 and something subs now.
Okay.
Which is pretty damn cool. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Have to have you over as well to repay the favor and co-cast on my channel.
Yeah, definitely. Like I started to casting 2 weeks ago, and I love it. It's I wouldn't see myself do a tournament alone. Like King of the Hills are different, I think, but a tournament alone, I don't know. That feels first off very long to be doing by yourself, and also like if you don't have a co-caster in such like cutthroat matches, you will miss things.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to catch stuff, especially when you kind of get this late in a tournament, obviously, and their micro is so goddamn good, and they're playing good on the day. No matter how many people you have watching, you're going to miss one or two things.
Okay, I'm gonna do my Arch Nemesis again. I didn't like bring him any luck by doing that last time. So a front line of Skeleton Warriors and the Königstein Stalkers, the Awar Skeleton Warriors, which we don't see very often. They do poison, and they have like slightly better stat. They also have 60 armor now that I look at it, which is...
That color scheme is awesome.
And beside that, you have 4 units of Graveguard, 3 being Great Weapon and the Sternsman, 2 units of Black Knights, and... Oh wait, no, it's actually 5 units of Graveguard. Just an infantry push with an Honorody Lundstone Corpse Guard, 2 benches, lacking his ethereal units today, and Manfred on foot. Foot Fred. Or just Fred. Let's just...
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually hate double banshees. It's really powerful because I hate facing it because I don't really play counts, but it's kind of replaced the White King meta that used to be around.
Yeah. Oh, and his board is actually the guy from Right Safe Fred, you know? I'm too sexy for my... I'm too sexy? No? I'm gonna put in the music right now.
Go for it. I'll look through Ice Power's build. It looks like there's the Dire Pack as well, hiding in the perfect corner here. So it looks like Ice Power is going to be taking a very defensive formation. He needs to be careful not to camp too close to the white line, but it looks like he's probably okay. He has, in fact, have some hand cannons that you don't get to see too often. So hand cannons in deep reserve, protected by some pole arms as well as a carronade. He has more pole arms as well. He's basically going for an onion build. Ton of pole arms, ton of handgunners, depth guard in the centre pocket out as well. And there's a ridiculous amount of guns here.
Oh right, the music is way too loud. I'm so sorry. There you go.
So we have 7 units of handgunners. Obviously a mixed bag, some handguns and some standard. Ton of cheap and cheerful chaff in the front line of the deck and mobs to soak up damage. He has a Mongol Hunter as well as Count Noculus. So it looks like he has in fact changed his position to make sure he's not just
Yeah, which is a nice position, nice wide. Like I think it's gonna be hard to push all of that.
Yeah, he's almost like a... Oh, he's kind of changing now. He was almost going for like a Christmas tree build with the way it was set up. But
That's actually him. It's Right Safe Fred. Look at him. He just needs to be shirtless, and that's perfection.
That's really funny. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if the counts can break this down. There's just so many guns, but counts are so good at swarming with summons and stuff. I'm not sure how this is going to go.
I'm digging Foot Fred. With his 2 groupies on the side. He is indeed too sexy. And Manfred is a powerhouse. Like he has lots of winds of magic. He's not techless, but like he is really good. He can spam them, especially since his spells are pretty cheap. So yeah, he can, with his sword and Master of the Black Arts, he has enough magic to last for a whole battle with no difficulty.
Oh yeah, he's like the undead techless.
Exactly.
I'm kind of upset with Ice Pally. We didn't see any bloaty boys. Bloated
Yeah,
boxes.
they might come later. Actually no, they won't because it's the end. The Mongol Hunter being in the front is like an interesting choice.
I'm also slightly worried about Ice Pow's deployment because of this hill. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be able to shoot until the counts have the downhill charge on them.
Wait, that's actually... Wait, are they firing? They are firing, but I haven't seen them actually... They...
Cannon whacked some Black Knights over on the flank.
Yeah. They can actually shoot a bit above... Hey, Brankston! Oh, wow! Even his clan members are against him. Interesting.
It's true. The king is moving into the back lines now with the Dire Pack. Although it does look like Ice Pow's noticed and fired some warning shots their direction just to kind of force them away.
Yeah, the end cannons, I never use them. Can they do okay against skeleton, against graveguards?
So I don't really play vampires too much, but from what I had heard, hand cannons were considered pretty poor overall, but Ice Powers is a much more experienced vampire pirates player than me, and again, maybe in this matchup he knows something we don't know.
Yeah, I think, well, they have 90 range, which can be an issue. What I wonder is what kind of arc of fire they have. If they have in arc of fire like bombers and they shoot above, they should be okay. But if they shoot like handgunners or pistols, they might have an issue.
The Black Knights on the flanks are getting absolutely wrecked. One's down to about half health.
Yeah.
Making a little bit of kind of pot shots. So the cannon's doing some good work out the gate, up to 17 kills.
Yeah, I mean there are Black Knights at the end of the day. Not even the one with barding. They are like both of them. It's 1,500. So, and you can still like put one invocation of Nehek and put them back into somewhat of a shape. So, thanks for the follow, Albinoxel.
Manfred's doing his best Leroy Jenkins impression there, and he kind of yeets forward into the zombie pirate deck mobs before falling back, but it looks like it was to summon some skeleton warriors.
Oh, he actually summoned skeletons and not zombies. Interesting. And thank you for the follow, Rankstone.
How does Ice Power defend all this stuff when summons are popping up and down? But I do like his spread out formation. Kind of as a couple of different
the depth guards are here for that. They will kill. They will kill the skeleton warriors so quickly.
I like his use of these guys actually as more of like a backline protection tool rather than kind of on the front line.
However, dire packs are gonna charge, and I'm not certain the handguns will be ready in time. I mean, even if they shoot, there is lag this time. They will kill some doggos, but the doggos will still get their charge. The Black Knights on the right flank, though, they will go down.
Yeah, they've been hammered, but they're going to get a nice charge anyway into the handgunners, so they might be able to recover a bit of their leadership and at least, wreak some havoc despite the amount of damage they've taken.
And the Graveguard and Skeleton Warriors are actually they seem to be so much of them that they're actually getting into the cookie jar somewhat. They could come from it soon.
Hope with Manfred here in the front lines, but there is support from Graveguard unfortunately, but it looks like Noctilus is having a bit of a field day beating up Manfred there.
Yeah, and the Banshees were going after the Mongol Hunter, which is great. The Mongol has done nothing, however it let Manfred go toe-to-toe with Noctilus, and I mean it's an interesting matchup. Noctilus is a tank, and he has armor piercing, so charge in the Death Guard.
Nice sandwich as well in the back line. Some polearms just helped finish off those Black Knights, which did kind of get their last charge in here. And if the back line is secured by Ice Power, I think he's still, well in with a shout, because the Depth Guard can clear up a lot of the infantry. But
are the hand cannons even shooting at this point? No, they are not. They are obstructed. Yeah, that was my worry about them. Is they haven't shot. They killed one dire wolf at this point. I mean, they're not that expensive, but I still think they're not getting their value there. Oh, Noctilus needs to be careful. Manfred plus 2 Banshees. That's a bit too much for the boy, even if he's tanky.
Yeah, I agree. He's popped an invocation to try and keep him active, and it looks like he's going to run away to the Haunter for a bit of protection, but Banshee's a really nice pick in this matchup, and it looks like the Black Knights of King of the Dead have finally got on top of that cannon as well and started to shut it down.
Yeah, what worries me is that now you have 2 full units of Graveguard with great weapons going through the backline. The Depth Guard don't want to fight armor-piercing, armored infantry like that, so they need to flee. And what's really there that can kill them? The Carronades aren't in good position.
Yeah, it's looking a bit rough, unfortunately, for him. I mean, he's got a ton of pistols still and handgunners, who, of course, over a long duration can take them down, but he's lost a lot of his buffer. A lot of his chaff has slowly been chewed through by Graveguard, and there's even a third unit of them as well, pretty much full health, just waiting to break through that front line.
Yeah, and the thing is, Noctilus has, he has 6 summons. Yeah, he has 6 summons, so that's okay. That's still less than Manfred, but that's okay. However, look at the handgun and cannons. At this point, they are not fighting Black Knights in melee, so they are doing nothing.
Yeah, they've
it's a bit sad. It's not the best for them.
It is sad to see a unit like that, unfortunately. But some of the Graveguard have overextended here, and the Morgul Hunter is actually a great answer to them, as long as he can stay away from the Banshees.
Exactly, and honestly, it can. Oh, another summon. Yeah, that will stop the Graveguard, even if the Banshees can push through the backline. At least the Graveguard. Oh no, they actually managed to push through. Mostly, they might be able to push through.
Poor Depth Guard don't want to be fighting the Banshees because they're so key to help this huge amount of chaff.
Yeah, they need to go towards like the skeletons and just bring anything. Throw the handguns to die there. It's not like they have been doing anything anyway, so they might have clipped a few Black Knights on the.
Up to 3 mighty kills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Graveguard are crumbling now, at least 1 unit. The Mongol is up to 18 kills. But
And
yeah,
also,
once
Manfred is actually nearing his healing cap, and the Mongol Hunter. Ooh! Oh, that was such a nice. Like, there is infantry sides because he doesn't have any mount,
He's
so.
but the double Banshee in response and a zombie summon to pin him in is
Yeah.
a nice little bait and switch coming in by King of the Dead there.
What are they? Are they shooting or are they? They are fighting 2 Black Knights. I'm sorry, I'm getting triggered looking at the handguns for the world battle.
Depth Guard, they started moving again now. They were kind of chilling for a
Yeah,
while.
they were chilling.
They're doing it! They're up to 7 kills. They fired like half a volley.
Yay! Also, the Depth Guard, even if it was against skeletons, 175 killed, and they're still like at full health. I mean, that's fair. They maybe not paid for themselves, but they're not doing bad.
Fortunately, the Mongol Hunter is going down here to the double Banshees. He had an invocation on him for a little while, but Dance Macabre has been popped on one of the Banshees as well. It's like
Yeah.
it's just but
He tries to go through his zombie Deccan mobs to like flee, but he's just pushing through so the Banshees can actually follow. Maybe he's just gonna try to kill the Sternsman with them.
the handgunners did a ton of damage here in the late game. They just obliterated a unit of Black Knights, but it's kind of a little too late, so we kind of missed their potential, unfortunately, and they are getting cut down here now by Graveguards, and I think King of the Dead pretty much has us in the bag now.
Yeah, the Depth Guard are doing still okay. Like, honestly, they are doing way better than they usually do. And they're getting an invocation, but they won't hold up to the Sternsman and a unit of Graveguard.
Yeah, I mean, even the double Banshees can do a number on them as well.
Yeah, and the Graveguards actually have Vanel Dance Macabre, so they have great weapons and 55 melee attack, plus a bonus versus infantry. I mean, they are just destroying the Death Guard now.
Yeah, I think that is going to be a game there. Well played to both of them again, though. Ice Powers is certainly an underdog with teeth here.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's actually doing a really good job. This was a close game. I think he wasn't expecting such an infantry push. Like, his build wasn't necessarily built for that.
Yeah.
Another zombie summon on the summon. Noctilus trying to go after Manfred, but it's gonna be army losses in a second.
They're going to be tying up 1-1.
Yeah. Up. Done. Well, that's great. I'm hoping we go to game 5. I want a game that I want a final for the ages.
That's true.
Golden Monolith. It's the Golden Monolith, so it's Golden Monolith. Golden Colossus. No, it's just Golden Monolith. Oh, okay. Golden Monolith. There you go. Oh, he goes Norska? Okay. Well, King of the Dead doing all the faction in the book today.
Yeah, he's really kind of going through different stuff, which is nice to see. This kind of happened with a few players, like A-Move back in the day and Inticity. They're kind of known for just playing 1 or 2 factions, and then when they expand their repertoire a little bit more, they just become even better in tournaments because you have so many options.
Exactly, yeah, when you have one crazy good faction, that's great, but that doesn't win you even best of 3. You need at least 5, I think 5 faction.
No more undead claimed random. We've had a lot of undead this tournament, but I think, especially Tomb Kings and Vampires are very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, vampire counts may be the least powerful of the three, or the harder to use maybe.
Who, sorry?
The vampire counts, I'd
Oh,
say they
yeah,
are the one with the most amount of like limits, because they don't have
Yeah,
range, and range is such a staple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. There's quite a few. Oh, there's not too many actually. Vampire counts kind of mains out there. Tank's a very good one, as well as Poison Ducky. But they're
Your
kind of
nemesis,
the nemesis.
Poison Ducky. I mean, poison can't do anything to rubber, so you should be okay.
Yeah, Poison Ducky's a great one. She's in part of my clan as well. I'm loving Rock and Stone's back and forth with King.
Yeah.
Of like wanting him to win and then wanting him to lose.
Yeah, I mean that's King of the Dead in a nutshell. Wait, Poison is a sister?
Pardon? A sister?
She a girl too?
No, Poison Ducky's a dude.
Oh, okay. I thought you said she, and I was like, oh, another.
No. Poison Ducky's yeah, I can't think which country he's from, but he's also actually a YouTuber as well. He's got a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Ice Power did a bit of mind games here and going Tomb Kings up against King.
Okay. But yeah, that was a nice matchup. I still the handguns.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
saying they lost him the game. Because
Black Knights at the end.
I mean, yeah, that was a unit that was barely leaving anywhere. They had like 800 HP.
I'm trying my best to like pick them up, but yeah.
But yeah, and that's not the reason he lost. Like, they are not that expensive, but yeah, even if they are not that expensive, they clearly didn't pay for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a bit unfortunate. Now, what do you normally do in this matchup if you're either Tomb Kings or Norska?
Okay, so you have to know that I hate Mammoth. Like, I don't bring Mammoth as a rule. Because every time I bring Mammoth, they just die. Like, stupidly. Either they get shot at too early, or like they get gooned, and they have like, if they don't get the charge, they have pretty bad stats in melee, so they just die all the time, so Mammoth are out of the question for me. So what I like in that matchup is actually to bring, what's his name? Wulfric on either a horse or a chariot. Maybe a horse, because it's easier to duke with the horse than with the chariot.
Yeah.
And then you bring foot javelins, you bring doggos to make sure that the ice wolves one to take care of chariots, because they are not infantry sides, so they can kill chariots. They can also kill cavalry, skeleton cav. So like 2 or 3 of them. Some chariots of your own, like the Ice Wolves chariots, they actually do okay because they will run through like the cav, or the tomb guards, or because you often see tomb guards in that matchup, they will kill tomb guards. They also do frostbite, so you can use them. Let's say you have a big kitty cat going after your Wulfric on a chariot. Well, you charge your Ice Wolf chariots and you give them frostbite, and then you leave.
Yeah, you just do it to apply that kind of debuff.
Exactly, and if you can protect, and then you can bring whatever in the front line, you can bring a few maybe berserkers, but if you can protect your javelins against the chariots, they will kill everything, and maybe like a couple females to just go push through and go bully like the Ushapti great bows.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that there's Berserkers on the front line as well. I agree, you can chew through skeleton chaff at an alarming rate as well. So you
Exactly. One time I was facing King of the Dead in a tournament and I lost by. I honestly still am salty about that defeat because it was the best of three and we were 1-1 and I lost. That matchup, and at the end of the battle, he had the Sphinx of Usef
Yeah.
with 800 HP.
Oh, that's
And
horrible.
I had 300 survivors. I was like, guys, if you just turn back and go, if you just eat him just with your fist, you will bring him down. But they didn't.
Do you play this matchup much from the Tomb King's point of view?
No, not really. So, do you know it from the perspective of the?
From Tomb Kings, I mean, I think what can be good here is the sneaky snakes, just to help take down mammoths and so forth. Because I think Wolfric on mammoth is still a very common pick. I mean, he's a large target for great bows, but great bows can be pretty good as well here. It depends on the style you want to do, but snakes with the casket of souls, just obliterate berserkers on the way in, I think can be a relatively decent way to go.
Or also, it's good to kill the javelins too, because you want the javelins out.
Yeah, definitely. But it's an interesting matchup. I've played a lot more Norskins than I have Tomb Kings, and I think even if the Norskins just bring Wolfric simple for the fact that he has his boat, and then you get a bird in the head as well.
Exactly. And that's why you don't need him, but you don't need him on his mammoths to do all that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you just take on his horse, you boat the front line, you burn and head the front line, and if your opponent's micro's not on point, I mean, undead forces, if you just miss it for a second, they're very slow, so you're gonna get hit regardless.
Exactly. And like the burning head is a bit slower, but like the boat is really hard to dodge. You can do it, but it's really hard. Okay, let's do the Tomb King army. So we have Arkan with his two bodyguards. Only one of them having a guardian, obviously, but both of them having the Tomb Strike and the Curse. That's 2 rampage abilities and minus 24 melee attack for a block that you can do. 3 archers with the Legend of Fact. The Legend of the Fact. Let's call them that. That has armor thundering. Great against, well, mammoths if there is any, but even against Femirs, they can be brought down. Skeleton warriors and just skeleton warriors for the front line, which can be a bit. And the Kepra guard though. But yeah, just skeleton warriors can be a bit risky against such a rushy faction. 2 units of sepulchral stalkers, great against large, and one of them being the Eyes of the Desert, and a unit of carrions.
Nice. Looks like a pretty smart build all around. It's gonna be relying on the snake quite a bit.
And you can summon more skeletons, even if they are not tomb guards. You can summon more with Arcan, so you can be okay against the initial rush.
So for King of the Dead, looks like he has the Beast of Snashnar as well as some other Norscan Warhounds in Sneaky Vanguard. For his front line, we kind of just spoke about this, Marauder Berserkers. So he's got 4 units of these bad boys. They are going to eat those skeleton swordsmen in seconds. They mulch them very quickly. Triple Marauder Hunter Javelins in the second line, great for taking down constructs. And I mean, still, if you have like a caster of metal or something and Plague of Rust infantry, they can tear them apart quickly as well.
Yeah.
Double Norscan Ice Troll. What a hero, bringing some of the Ice Trolls here. So 2 of those in the back line, as well as a Marauder Chariot. And then for his hero core, he has Frog the Trollkin, the man.
Perfect. That's a good build. I mean, that's a solid build, but that's also, and even a Werekin. I mean, the Werekin. You don't see that by guy too often.
King is the ultimate troll, so it does make sense he is bringing Frog the Trollkin.
True.
Skin, Werekin, and as we said before, Burning Head, Fireball from a Fire Shaman. I'm a big fan of this Norscan build here.
Yeah, I think it has the taste to like, because the build of of Ice Power, I think you have the tools if you want to bring down big targets. Like the trolls, I assume will die so quickly. 2 Sepulchral Stalkers plus 3 archers, you can kill the trolls so fast. Even Throg if you want to. However, the infantry blob is gonna be hard to take down.
The thing that's in favour of Ice Power here is the double Tomb Prince, as well as the double Snakes. It's going to be really hard for this build to take down if he
Where
can
is he
shut
go-
down the Hunters.
What is he doing? What? No, no. Wait.
No!
No. Wait. No. Okay.
Is he
Okay.
doing
Okay. He took a bit of damage, but nothing too bad. Oh, he
has
wanted to do a summon.
Yeah.
And
So
some
if-
damage on the chariots. Okay.
Yeah, if you get rid of the Javelins, I mean, it's going to be quite hard, but yeah, he's taken an absolute pounding now. Oh no, he's escaped a little bit.
Oh, the Tomb Prince didn't escape though. They don't have a lot of mass on their little skeleton horse. They need to go before Throg and the Werkins and even the trolls start beating on them. One of them is actually surrounded by trolls. He could escape. He could escape, and he needs to. Both of them really need to. You don't want to waste their curse too early.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Big
Legion
Bird-
of Fire is dead. Oh god.
They were doing some nice damage as well on the Berserkers to allow the Skeleton Warriors to trade effectively. But yeah, the rushes are incoming now.
They are done.
Oof, it actually killed 2 units of archers, not just the one there.
Oh yeah, and the Beast of Tash now, they will do great damage against the Eyes of the Desert, and they cost nothing, and they stop them from shooting. And now the Javelins are arriving, and they're gonna shoot at the Eyes of the Desert. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
no,
over. It's over.
I think he knew.
Yeah, there was no way. There was nothing to do.
Like, his Tomb Prince has gotten really overextended early on, and just, yes, they have anti-large, they're good against trolls, but not isolated, because they get hit from all
Exactly.
angles.
And the thing is, I feel like the skeleton horse have even less mass than regular horse, which would be logical because they don't have like muscles. But yeah, that was painful. Oh god, yeah, that rush.
Yeah, it was a big fan of that build, and Ice Power could have kept on fighting, but both the princes were really compromised there, and without them to drag down those trolls, I think it was over.
Yeah, okay, next map is... Oh, the Summer Song. What the... What? No, wait, is that... No, wait. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's...
I agree, Ronan, man. Like, it's tough. It happens. It happens to everyone. You just have a game where literally everything goes wrong.
Yeah, there was nothing. Yeah, that was a nice rush and just pushed through. Yeah, he was expecting Mammoths and Femirs. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell with the double snakes and the Tomb Princes, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he needed. I think you, as maybe it's me, but I always like to have at least 2 units of skeleton horsemen. If you don't want mecha horsemen because you don't want to invest in them, sure. But you have units just a bit more mass. That isn't units you don't want in the front line, like the sepulchral stalkers, to go after chariots and stop them a bit. To go after doggos, you know. And
sorry, coughing in the distance.
problem.
You know, I agree. I think he's trying to hunt down those hunters as well, the javelins, and shut them down. I mean, he did have the double carrion.
yeah. I think double carrion. You keep the double carrion and you add like 2 horsemen. Just not offensive, just backline protection. Even when you have like he had the sepulchral stalkers, you want them shooting, not fighting. So you don't want them to be fighting. Plus 3 units of archers, and he had beside the carrion nothing to protect them really.
Yeah, I mean, his build certainly definitely could have worked. Ice Powers. I think he just had to play like it perfectly up against King's build, because I think King's was quite a nice counter to it. And unfortunately, the princes, I think they were trying to protect Arkan as much as possible, so he could drop that summon down and get some cycle charge in. But losing them early on, and then of course he's worried about that. He doesn't spot the burning head, which kills his archers, and it kind of goes downhill.
Yeah.
from there.
Oh, Ice Power going for one is his better faction. I mean, he doesn't have a choice now. He needs
that's
to
a-
use them now.
That's a really rough matchup to go into, though, but it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. I think Vampire Counter players have learned this quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that when you have a main that has like bad matchups, like for example, I'm pretty good with Beastman against Lizardman, and it's supposed to be a really bad matchup for them. But I'm good at it now because I get counterpicked so often. So sometimes some of the best matchups you have is against the counters of your main faction.
Yeah, I'm actually scared as a Lizardman player when someone picks Counts or Beastmen into me.
Exactly.
I know they know something, you know, or they're prepared for this quite well. But it should be good fun. Massive shout out as well to everyone in chat for tuning in. See, Ronin's been here since like the beginning, man. It's been a really long stream.
Yeah, he's a trooper.
Yeah, Ronin
Almost
is
5 hours in, and he's still there. I mean, Ronin is a cutie, and everybody knows that.
He just needs to come back to the game. That's my broken heart can't be fixed until that happens.
You don't know why you're a cutie, or you don't know why you're still there?
So this could be the final game if King takes this.
Okay, Ronin, if you say so, but like, ask the member of the clan. We actually talk about the fact that you're a cutie.
Oh, King is a. I'll let you. You can pick whichever army you want to go through, but
I'm gonna go for quickly the Ice Powers army, and then I let you be happy with the Lizardman. Okay, so for Ice Power, you have a nice front line of just skeletons, spearmen, and graveguards, sternmen, and some zombies, 2 units of dire wolves, 1 unit of blood knights, and 3 units of what's their name? Fellbats, and but you have the heavy healing part, which is 2 units of crypt towers, 2 banshees, the claw of Nagash, and the blood dragon vampire lord. That's his anti Lizardman build, especially a build that he used against Lizardman bugs build with like Solar Engine, Dread Saurian, and the what's their name? Temple Guard bugs. Okay, to you, Rebecca.
It also has the potential with the Fellbats to chase off. Sometimes Lizardman will go skirmish here. It's got a nice, like a chunk of fast moving units.
Yeah.
So for King of the Dead, the man, the myth, the legend has just stolen my heart, and he's bringing a Dread Saurian. So it's not the feral version, so it's got a bit of better leadership, which is quite nice in this matchup. And then apart from that, it's a pretty standard triple Temple Guard, including the Star Chamber Guardians, who have some of, if not the coolest models in the game. For me, it's between them and the Regiment of Renowned Wild Riders. Secondary line, he has
not the Amazon Barbs? Not the Salamanders?
Oh, they're so good as well. There's so many good-looking units in this game. Skin cohorts, I don't know how I feel about them. They're not really going to do much here. I feel like they're going to get run over by the undead, but at least it gives him some bodies. He has a Feral Carnosaur, a Gary, as I call him, but a Bastiladon with a solar engine, who's brilliant in this matchup because he does fire and magic damage. So anything that regens or, is ethereal, he can do good against, so he can counter the Claw of Nagash nicely.
Yeah, he needs to go after the Claw. He's like the one unit that can really endanger the Claw.
And then he has a Slan Mage Priest of Life, coming in with Earthblood and Regrowth. He has a Banishment as well. And the Slan is another one of those units who can actually take down Banshees, not too bad. He's not the greatest melee combatant, but he still has 320 weapon strength and magic damage. So can hurt them, certainly.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd say, wait.
Hmm?
I thought I just saw a temple guard drop, and I was really wondering how he died. But no, that was just a bit of tree. Usually, so I know that build. Usually, you can't afford the Carno because instead of skin cores, you bring 2 units of of Sauruses and Chameleon Skins instead of the javelins. And I think that when you cut all of that, you get a Carnosaur, which is a. I mean, I think it just improved address build right there. I'd rather have a Carnosaur than. Like, skinks can hold against doggos, and that's basically what you need them for.
Yeah, just protecting that back line. It's going to be interesting. I mean, the Dread Saurian is a little bit of a meme, but it is still very powerful. It's very good at taking out cavalry models as well, so it kind of counters Blood Knights to an okay portion. It still takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, and it can, like, 3-shot the Claw of Nagash also if he gets the chance.
Yeah, and even Banshees, despite the fact they're ethereal, he still hits like an absolute truck, and they don't have the most health, simply because they're also ethereal, so he can bring them down as well, so I quite like it in this match.
Oh, Banishment attempt, will it
That is
get...
early.
Ooh, yeah, that didn't get anything really. However... Okay, so the idea to beat down this build, I've fought against it, and I know also, like, Ice Power fight against it. You kill the backline, you kill the skinks, like you go after the 3 skinks, and then you kill 1 unit for the Tumble Guard by circuit charging and doing as much damage you can with all your monsters and things like that. Then you go after the other, and at some point you have the entities alone, and when they are alone, you can bring them down. But
Lovely
you need
Helm
to
of
be very
Discord
careful.
has
And
just come
Olem
as
of
well
Discord. Yeah, exactly.
on the Dread Saurian and the Ferret Carnosaur. Yeah, I agree with you. I think a lot of this comes down to can King keep his micro tight enough and keep his single entities stacked on top of the Temple Guard.
Yeah, the skinks, like the 2 units of skinks are already down. So basically at this point you have 7 units left for the Tomb Kings, for the Lizardman. And that's not that much.
Duration, it's still going on, but
and Arc
despite
Piercing also for the Blood Dragon. If they can bring down the Bastildon, which is the easy prey, quote unquote. I mean it's such a tight build.
As well from Ice Powers, he's got the Claw of Nagash on the left-hand flank, so it's away from some of the entities, and it's nowhere near the Star Chamber Guardians. Of course, do have that magic damage, and they're just
and same for the
they're
Banshees.
tied up against zombies, you know. So
Yeah. Gooning attempt on the Slan. However, the Dread Saurian is nearby. He needs to stay engaged with something else because they can kill the Slan pretty fast, even if he has magic damage. However, if the Dread Saurians and the Carno start hitting back, that's gonna be painful.
a lovely zombie starting to mess up the Dread Saurian. He's got pretty janky attack animations, so bringing them down may save some of these Banshees and so forth.
Yeah, the Slan lost quite a lot of HP, and you have to think that if you like he's doing a Nurse Blood, which is a good idea. However, the more damage the Slan Priest of Life takes, where that's damage, that's heal that he needs on him that he can't put on the Dread Saurian. So it's always a good idea to go after the caster. Either you put him down and that's perfect, no healing at all, or you force him to use his limited amount of magic on himself.
He's now surrounded by hounds as well, and these doggos will tear him apart. He is just kind of a fat toad at the end of the day. And some Temple Guard are completely surrounded and isolated, but they're still standing firm here, up to a ridiculous 111 kills. Temple Guard are so good in this matchup.
Yeah, the Claw left a bit because I think the Carno was after it. However, it needs to come back. When the Ice Power, I was gonna say we because I've been in that matchup before. The Claw needs to come back because it's the one unit that can really, like, look at the Temple Guards on the right. They were the one with the Claw of Nagash. Oh, great banishment.
Yeah,
that's gonna be so painful. Oh, on the Sternsman. Oh, that's.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, the Slan is still taking damage. Oh, the Feral Carno is now kinda alone. Oh, it was Rampage, but yeah, the Coldblood arrived just in time.
The Temple Guard have been terrified as well. Looks like they are back. I mean, there's still a really healthy, Temple Guard. Two healthiness of Temple Guard. They need to hop on and protect their Slan and Dread
Yeah.
Sorin, which is tough
Also-
because they're grounded right now.
Yeah, wait, I'm lacking one. Oh, one unit of Temple Guard is actually like fleeing. They need like the doggos are going after them. They are sadly crumbling. But if they keep like one unit, like again, if you look at the at the Lizardman army, I know it's a bug that's supposed to stay. Yeah, doggos are just. I mean, they kill the
Slan may get
skins.
assassinated here. Double Banshees are after him once again, and the Dread Sorin's messed up trying to save the Temple Guard. And I don't.
Overcasting elves. However, they need to be careful because they are fighting the Star Chamber Guard near the Star Chamber Guardians, and they will start taking damage. But the Slan is getting near his healing cap.
In comes the Carnosaur, lovely rear attack onto the Blood Knights, who are getting held up by an invocation, and they do have the Dance Macabre on them as well.
Yeah, and the Slan still, that happens to me so much, that the Slan is like dying, but he has so much mass that he can just push through. However, Bastiladon not feeling too hot either at this point.
I feel like if the Slan survives too much longer, the Lizardmen have this. It depends if they can finish him, because he's currently fighting with Shield of the Old Ones on him up against the Banshees without the Lord support, and he is beating down one of those Banshees
Yeah,
very
one
hard.
of these Banshees needs to like retreat and come back. However, Helm of Discord just popped 0 melee attack on the Slan Preach.
They
If one
still
Banshee goes down, it's okay if they kill the Slan, I think. Yeah, they need to finish him quickly though. 1000 HP left on him. And he's terrified. You terrified?
Yeah,
of
cool.
Big
They're
Fat?
trying to keep him in action. The Dread Sorin needs to get some lucky RNG on the Blood Vampire Lord, I think, and push those guys away. But great play by Ice Powers. He's going to bring those Fellbats over to try and chase off the Slan. But he has rallied here because, of course, it was just a terror route.
Yeah, and now like if they go after like keep the Carno doesn't have like great leadership. So if you can kill the Bastiladon, that's gonna. If the Claw of Nagash goes down there, that's gonna be tough. Oh, and the Slan came back. Oh, that's terrible. That's
If he
terrible.
managed to snipe the Slan slightly earlier, I think he certainly had a chance. But with him still alive as long as he has been, I mean, that Dread Sorin's still almost full health at this point.
Yeah, and the Banshee, the second Banshee is. Sorry, like King is protecting his backline, his monsters. Like you can't escape the Dread Saurian. He's always coming back.
Yeah, the Slans might go down here, but he's a cold-blooded has popped in to keep him in action a little while longer. And even if he goes at this point, I think the Temple Guard could pretty much mop up the remains of this force.
Yeah, I understand the build he does with like the Helm of Discord, Vampire, Blood Dragon, Vampire Lord actually does a lot of job, and he can kill models on the Temple Guard, so I really understand his pick. That was a good build from Ice Power. I just think this build is so hard to kill for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a fantastic set of games as well, as far as
Yeah.
specified builds. It's always been a tough matchup. It's much better than enjoy too much as the Lizardmen, because I know it's going to be this kind of big grind fest of just trying to protect these single entities, but it works like so well, and that's a triple one Chevron Dread Saurin, I think.
Well, so the first ever champion of the Pub Cup is King of the Dead.
Woo!
Woo! He deserves a little clapping.
Absolute beast. He played like out of his skin today, in fairness. He was really on point in 99% of the games. But also, great job as well to the runner-up Ice Power. Putting on a great show as always. So what do these guys get to win?
Okay, so what happens is that so Ice Power gets a free sub to my channel, as does King of the Dead, and King of the Dead also gives his second sub that he can give to anybody to Ice Power, so he can get a sub to another streamer than I.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Well, that was a really great first tournament for me, and like we had great games all around. Great players. Honestly, like King of the Dead won, but it wasn't an easy win for me. It didn't stump everybody on his way.
Yeah, King win obviously puts a dampener on things because no one wants to see him win. But yeah, awesome games all round. Massive thank you as well for having me co-cast for you on your channel. It's been good
Yeah,
fun.
that was a pleasure to have you here. If you want to stay a bit while I close up the stream, we could talk a bit afterward.
Yeah, I can talk after. I need to go cook some food to be honest because it's quite late here and I've got work tomorrow morning.
Okay, but thank you so much for being there. Okay, that was...
Right. Thank you for having me, and I'll try and have you back as well on my channel at some point.
And that I think we make a good team. That was good co-casting.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, feel free to DM me and I'll like respond in a bit. But I'm just gonna go cook a fat.
Yeah, no, it's late for everybody, so don't worry. Have a great night, okay? Much
You too.
love.
Catch you later.
Bye bye. Guys, this is the end of the road for today. This was really great. Thank you so much for being there. There was a lot of people today through the world thing. Thank you so much. And now I'm gonna go rest. And also, don't worry, King, I will give you your free sub. Ice Power, you will get your free sub. And yeah, I'm gonna ask Ice Power who he wants to give his second 3 subs to then. Have a great night, guys. Bye bye. Much love.